Hello, in this video tutorial I'm going to teach you how to edit a video recording from the Church on the Rock. So on Sundays we record a little file that then we import into Final Cut Pro, which is a program that you can use on a Mac. And we add an intro, we add an ending, we add like an overlay with the title, we make sure that the audio is good, and then we export it. I will show you how to do that now. So to open a program, or to see which programs are open, you can press a Command tab, like on Windows, but with a different key called Command. With QuickTime, I'm actually recording this. On Finder, if I do Command N, which is the same as if I went up here and I did New Finder Window, you see over here it shows you the shortcut for it, New Finder Window. That symbolizes Command and N. Okay, so we open this and we see that I've introduced in here an SD card. Inside of the SD card, always the same structure. Sometimes these two might be missing. Go to Private, AVCHD, CHD, BDMV, Stream. And over here we have all the different files. If we look at the details of them, you'll see that some of them were recorded on the 11th, which is that's the 11th of December. They should have been deleted, and you can also see that there is January 6th of 2003 over here. Okay, so I'm going to close this. This was just to show you. Now I'm going to type Command and spacebar. Okay, you see that thing on the right? That's the same as if I went with the mouse over here, and over here I start typing Final Cut Pro. The other way to open this is by going over here and looking for the logo of Final Cut Pro. So we open that. Meanwhile, I'm going to open as well Firefox, and I'll show you why. Because we want to keep track of what comes in, what goes out. So there is a Google Doc called Videos Recorded Sunday, and another one called COTR for Church on the Rock Messages List. So on Videos Recorded Sunday, if we go at the bottom, we have track which videos have been edited. And over here, if we go to the tab of 2013, we see which videos have been recorded on this year. The one I want to edit is Virtual Americanian. So I'll Command C, which is the same as Control C on Windows. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come to this other tab. I'm going to paste that. And I know that we have recorded it, so I'm going to type yes. Now let's go to Final Cut Pro. Over here I have already two projects. Over here you can see that this project has been exported because it has this little logo over here. So let's see what an existing project looks like. An existing project has over here an intro. That's a transition over here. A title that overlays the title of the message. At the bottom is the audio. This is not always like this. On that specific video we actually had to add the audio separately. And then at the end we have an ending over here, you see, and as well as a transition. So let's get out of this specific project. Now, before we create a project, we have to create an event. So to import onto Final Cut Pro from a USB stick, instead of doing import media, normally over here you would see an SD card, but instead we're going to import from the actual USB stick. You see, it's called no name. This is the file, the size, when it was created, the duration, type of the file, and then we're going to do import all. Now it's going to ask me on to which event. Instead we're going to create a new event, 0106, We don't have too much space, so I'll have to be a little careful and clean up a little bit. So the only thing we're going to check is copy files to Final Cut event folders. I'll show you where that is. So if we go into Final Cut Finder, we'll go into Movies. Over here you'll see Final Cut events. So as soon as I create one, I create this, it's going to import it into it. Okay, so over here you see there's a new event, and as well as over here. That's the original media that got imported. That looks a little. Whatever. Maybe still importing. Yes, it is actually still importing. Every time there is a process going on Final Cut Pro, we actually have to look at over here. So right now it's importing a media. 70%. I don't know what rendering is doing right now. Generating audio forms. Okay. I guess it's rendering an audio file associated to that video. Okay, I could have started already working even if the file is being imported. So the next thing is to create a project for this event. We're going to create a project over here. Either here, or we can go here, File, New Project. And we're going to base it on the event that we created. Okay. So over here you can see the name of the project. If I go back, you'll see there is 3 projects over here. One of them is empty. So if I click on it, first thing I'm going to do is add the intro and the ending. Okay. Now I'm going to take the video. I'm going to put it in there. Now I'm going to do a right click. Before there was a very easy way of adding a transition. In fact, there was a click, an option over here, and it would add a transition at the beginning and at the end. Unfortunately, in the latest upgrade, they have modified that. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to go to this little symbol over here, show or hide the transition browser. And I guess I'll use, I don't know, before I didn't even have to think about it, and now I do. Let's say cross dissolve. Okay, it goes like that. You can see a preview. It crosses and dissolves. So I'll grab that. I'll bring it over here. And with the mouse and with lots of, I'm not sure if I did it properly. I do not see it. Undo add wherever that got added. So I need to make it fall in between the two. Okay, there's not enough extra media beyond clip edges, which means it actually clips the video a little bit. Right, so it goes from Acts 13 Christian Ministries to that. Okay. So now we go to the end of it. And it's going to ask me the same question, because it eats a little bit from both sides. So let's see if it adds it properly. Yep. So we have imported the intro, the ending, and we have imported a transition in between the video. So now what I have to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to try to find out where the preacher stops preaching. Seems around there. So I'm going to zoom in a little more. I'm going to play the audio. I can hear it, probably you can't. Over here he gives an So before that I'm going to bring a tool called the blade. Over here, you see blade B, and select A. So I'm going to type B for blade, click on it, going to click A, I'm going to select it and click on delete, right? So as soon as the transition finishes, and it goes into that. Unfortunately, I still hear a little bit of the so I'm going to select the video, and let's see if I figure this out. No, it's this side. No. To zoom in a little more. I'm going to click on this video. Hmm. I don't know, I can't. I want to make this a little shorter, this video, at the beginning. So I'm going to go Command Z. So, where are we? Oh, there we are. This is what I wanted to do. There you go. I wanted to make this shorter. So now when I start over here, it doesn't go Okay, that's good. Now on second 30, let's zoom in. I'm going to add the title. To do that, I'll click on T, lower thirds, and at the bottom of it, there's one called left. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to remove this. Do you see? It says it's kind of like a magnet. So if my cursor is over here, it will go there. But I want to be free to move it around and not stick to it. So let's see, that should be 30. I was actually looking up here to see how close I was. So this has a duration by default of 4 seconds. I'm going to change it to 10. 10. You can see over here that it's changing, and I'm going to press enter. You see, now it became bigger. So now I'm going to click at the end of it, not at the beginning, but at the end, because at the beginning you cannot see any titles on the screen. You see? You see Vacho and the blue overlay, but no title. So if you click at the end, you can then click on name, and the name of the message is Faith in God's Love and Faithfulness. Faith in God's love and faithfulness. As you can see, the title is too big. So what we're going to go is line number 1, and we're going to change the size of it until it fits in. I'll leave a little room to the right. And on the description, I actually put the name of the speaker, Elder Vacho A. I don't ever either per the first name or the first name plus the initial. And over here, you can add a preview of that video. You can edit it through here. You have to edit it through here. If you ever don't see this menu, is here. It's kind of like an inspector. You inspect properties. So there used to be the previous version. There you are. Logo drop zone. So now I have 2 clips. With this mouse, I'm going to be scrolling around and until I find what I think would be a nice video. So over here he moves a little bit his position. So I'll start over here. I'll click here. And over here we see the beginning of that video, and we see apply clip. And there you go. Now when we go over this, you'll see Vacho moving in the little preview. Okay, so we're done pretty much. We gotta go to the end of it. Remember, we start the video just after the preacher finishes praying. And we cut it as soon as he lets the pastor come up. So we'll come here. I'll press play. And again. God bless. And people start clapping. So I'm going to switch to the blade. I'm going to use the magnet because I more or less stop where I want to cut. So if you notice, the blade kind of sticks to the where I left. So I'm going to cut there. I'm going to switch to the select tool. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to move this a little back and press play. There you go. And that's it. We're done. That's all it takes. It takes more to talk about it than to do it. Let me see actually. One last thing. So let's look into it. There is an intro. There is the title, which is 10 seconds long. Let's go to the ending. Okay, all good. So with regards to the audio, something else that I have to notice, I have to make sure that there's two bars going up and down. And also I try to make the audio from the speaker as high as, let's say, the intro and ending. So I'll go 4 dB decibels higher. That's much better. And over here the volume is more or less the same. So I'm going to go back. And over here is where we finish the video. So if you look over here, there's a button that says Show Share Destinations. So I added one called HD 720 Video Sharing. That's already set up. And that's it. As soon as I click on it, it will start generating a video which will be under Movies, Finalize Videos. It will show up here. Okay? I hope this was helpful. Bye!